Hey, welcome to Holistic Health Hacks with Robin. And today we are going to talk about something we can all relate to, which is trying to stay well for the holidays. So want to start out by saying if you have been eating any of these post-Halloween, it's time to put the candy away. Sugar it impedes your immune system. White sugar impedes your immune system huge amounts. So a lot of people think, oh, well, November's just the time everyone gets sick. But it's interesting that it correlates to this day of the year where children get massive amounts of candy and adults indulge in the candy as well. And so we kind of tend to have a sugar overload for the most part, children and adults. So a lot of times people get sick a couple weeks after Halloween and they think, well, it's just flu season. But the truth is that having this large amount of sugar going through your system, abnormally amount of sugar, can definitely suppress your immune system and make it difficult to fight off normal types of things that would go on any time of year. So anyway, you know how I feel about sugar. I do eat sugar. I'm not, I eat healthy, but I also don't have a deprivation mentality. So I occasionally do eat, things around Halloween as well, like everybody else. So the idea is to be able to take it or leave it, and however you need to set up your household to keep sugar at bay. Do what works for you. We don't have a big sugar problem in our family. We can keep a bag of candy lying around and it'll sit for a month or two. But in general, if it's not there, it's not a temptation. So keeping sweets out of your house is not a bad idea to just stay on a healthier mindset, because we eat impulsively even if we're not big sugar addicts. So, okay, moving on. So I want to talk about some things to do this time of year. So the idea is about two things. One, building your immune system, and maybe being a good time of year to do a detox. Okay. Detoxing is kind of an interesting animal because we have to function. If you're really toxic and you do a detox, you're going to feel bad to the point where you may be sick a couple of days. You may even be in bed with bad headaches. And we think, oh, something must be wrong. I feel bad, but it's actually your body getting rid of a lot of toxins. And so the feeling bad is actually a good sign that you're getting better. We all should be detoxing at certain points of the year all the time to stay healthy. We live in a very toxic world. I think I've talked about that before. So you can buy over-the-counter detox products. You can go online and do liver detox, liver cleanse, gallbladder cleanse, all these kind of cleanses. But kind of things to do in general that are both detoxing and immune system building. The first one I'm going to talk about is probiotics. I've talked about this before. We all need probiotics. We are surrounded by a lot of bacteria. Now, you should be immune to pretty much all the bacteria in your home. But anytime we're in a foreign place or a different place, we're being exposed to bacteria our body has not built an immunity to. So upping your probiotic during those times is a good idea. So I recommend a refrigerated probiotic. Can be liquid or powder form, but if you're going to get one, go to the health food store. Get one out of your refrigerated section. Not all probiotics are created equal. The best form of probiotic is actually in something food or ingestible, like fermented foods like kimchi, sauerkraut, kombucha, which is a real popular fad, actually has probiotic. Yogurt, really not so much, because it's been pasteurized, and so the high heat kills most of the probiotic in things like yogurt. So if you're gonna get a probiotic from kefir yogurt or something like that, try to get it as close to homemade or natural so you don't have the pasteurization, which kills most of the bacteria. Okay, so keeping a probiotic, it's also going to keep your gut healthy, help with gas, help with bowel movements, that whole thing. Keep that healthy. Keeping your colon healthy is really the key to keeping your overall body healthy. Okay, we've talked about water before. Really important time of year to drink a lot. Unless you work out a lot, you stop sweating as much in the winter because it's not as hot out, so you tend to not be generally as thirsty. It's easier to get dehydrated, and so you have to be more intentional about drinking water, which we should all be anyway, because typically we don't crave as much water as we need, and we will substitute other drinks. Also in the winter, we tend to want to drink coffee, more warm drinks to kind of warm ourselves up. So be very intentional about drinking water. Okay, so probiotics, water, put away the sugar. Another thing you can do is start thinking about what might be, we talked about a cleanse, but you can also start taking a fiber product, something that has more fiber in it that will help do a cleanse from the inside. Might be a good idea to get a colonic this time of year. Heading to King Spa today, so good time maybe to do a little salt things, treatments at King Spa, massages, those type of things. Those are all releasing toxins from your body, which help your immune system. Vitamin C. Vitamin C is very easily accessible. There's certain C's that are better than other C's. Ester C is a good C. You want to take more than your daily RDA of C this time of year. You want to just start upping it. The minute you get a symptom that you might be catching a cold or anything like that, take 2,000 milligrams of C every 3 hours right away, and a lot of times that will nip the bacterial infection in the bud. Garlic is another good antioxidant. There's a product called Sambuca or Sambucol. It's made with elderberry. These are good antiviral products. These are good preventatives for actually catching the flu. There's some good homeopathics that you can take just to kind of help keep viruses and bacteria at bay to prevent catching anything. So it's just a time of year to be really proactive about building your immune system, doing some detoxing, being focused on eating healthier food. I know a lot of women between now and Thanksgiving are kind of focused on dieting so that they can eat more than they would normally eat on the holidays. And so encourage you to make that a healthy diet if you're going to do that. Make that be about healthy food, not necessarily prepackaged weight loss food like Weight Watchers or Nutrisystems or whatever, but just really focusing on maybe eating a little healthier right now. And it's really amazing, even like going away to, say, Mexico for a week on vacation, just because the food is all natural and grown, doesn't have the preservatives, you're not dealing with the same level of pesticides and stuff like that. I'll come back and I'll notice that I feel cleaner, my taste buds have changed. So it's really, America's pretty toxic place on the food we eat and what we eat. So the more you can choose organic or locally grown foods, the better they are for you. Not all foods are created equal. Obviously, the idea of paleo is to stay away from things that are mixed or packaged or baked, but back to, the things that are natural, just fruits and vegetables and, things like whole grain rice or that type of thing versus bread, which has a bunch of ingredients in it. And then meats that are as close to their natural state as possible without hormones or additives. So all of those things are chemicals going in our body, which our body has to get rid of and process. So just kind of a quick review on staying well this season. We're adding in and taking out. So the things we want to add in are higher doses of C, echinacea. If you use essential oils, go ahead and start taking some of the ones that are for being sick, like I do doTERRA, so On Guard is one of their good immune system ones. Things like oregano, oil of oregano, olive leaf, those are good supplements to take. Up your probiotic. If you're not taking it at all, you definitely need to be on a probiotic, and especially been eating candy the past few days. Up your probiotic. Make sure you're doing a good multiple and you're on vitamins. Clean up your diet. Even if you're just going to do this short term, it will help prevent you from getting sick. Don't detox too heavy or too much, or that will actually make you sick. For example, if you're catching a cold, you should never go get a massage if you're about to catch a cold, because the detoxing that you get from a massage, where all of the toxins stored in your tissues are kind of being dumped suddenly, can actually make you get sick. So you always want to be very careful about not detoxing too much, too fast. If you are toxic and you know it, and you're starting to be sick with other things, and you need to do a more intensive detox, make sure you have some time that you can take off to feel bad, because you will feel bad. Add the fiber in your diet. If you're having bowel movement or colon issues, some of that can be emotional, but usually there's a sign that your body's not taking in the right nutrition and you've got some gut issues going on, and that is definitely always directly correlated to your immune system. So you want to do whatever you need to do to get your gut as healthy. If you know you're not really healthy, this may be a lot to try to take on by yourself. You may need to consult with somebody about that. I do that, but there's lots of other people out there who do that as well. So just up those supplements that are going to build your immune system, and detox a little bit or a lot, depending on what you need. And that is the best tip, really, to stay healthy. I'm not going to talk about the flu shot. Most of you know my stance on any and all vaccines, but people need to do their own research on vaccines and go after that. Maybe one day I'll do a show on vaccines, but there's lots of good resources out there to find out about pro and con on vaccines, and you really need to educate yourself about that. But just going to say the flu shot will not guarantee that you don't get the flu. So I'll leave that there. The best thing you can do to not get the flu is to strengthen your immune system, and your body was made to fight these things. So just because a virus introduces itself to your body doesn't mean you're going to get sick. If your immune system's strong enough, it can nip it in the bud and get rid of it. So it is better to stay away from sick people, but not being around sick or contagious people doesn't guarantee that you won't get sick. And then also, if your immune system's strong, being around sick or contagious people doesn't guarantee that you will get sick, okay? So make this a lifestyle. Keep your immune system healthy. It is the most important thing you can do physically, nutritionally, to live a happy, healthy, well life. So have a great weekend and stay well, and enjoy the upcoming holidays as they're meant to be enjoyed. I will say this: if holidays are a really difficult time of depression for you, because of most of the time people have had trauma over the holidays, have lost people over the holidays, or just had really bad life experiences related to holidays, I just really encourage you to get some kind of counseling or therapy for that issue, because nothing is permanent. You can shift the meaning of holidays. If they've been a negative and you would like them to be a positive, that is something that can be accomplished. So don't keep putting that off another year and just hope you're going to make it through without being depressed or sad or anxious. The holidays were intended for celebration and enjoyment, and that can be redeemed. I do this every day with clients, and especially this time of year, a lot of my clients are coming in just to say, hey, I typically don't enjoy the holidays. I want to get whatever's blocking me from enjoying the holidays out. So you can live a well life. You can live at peace and joy. That's for my other show. But this time of year, the best way to enjoy life and the holidays, and even enjoy the terribly unhealthy but deliciously, wonderfully tasty, fun, warm memory, cookies, candy type of thing that happens around the holidays, is to proactively start building that immune system so that you have more tolerance for introducing these things and being around these types of things this time of year. Have a great weekend. Bye.